Okay everybody, we're back. We're going to do 2 video blogs tonight. We're going to post the one we just we worked on the Bacala. It's in the oven. We've got about 26 minutes left, so what we'll do is we'll shut this down soon. But I'm going to show you how to set up the pasta recipe that we also posted on the blog 3 months ago-ish, called pasta Alla Vannucci, and I'll show you really quickly how to do that. We put some water on to boil. We're just going to salt it. No, we're not going to measure it. Just using some sea salt. I have no idea how much that is, probably about a tablespoon. I put the lid on because it just seems to boil a little bit faster. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're just going to put our large skillet, okay, because this is nice because then the pasta, once we drain it, the pasta can go right into here and it'll all cook together nicely. We're going to heat the pan up, probably like a little higher than medium high. Okay, back up. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just prep some things while we get going. So I'm going to prep some garlic. As you can see, ingredients are there. So what we're going to be using tonight, we're going to have some sun-dried tomatoes, and the package, Daniel, is just to the to the left there. Okay, they're store-bought, nothing fancy-dancy. They're not. These ones are not done in oil. And I think on the blog we had posted that you could use either one's already done in oil, or you could do this way in the bag, and all I'm going to do is add a little extra oil. The oil is going to come from just a can of can of anchovies. Thank you, Carly. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to, once that pan gets just a little warmer, we're going to start adding some stuff. Let me catch up a little bit here. Because we're using the wrong knives, we don't want to hear it. We do know that they're wrong. Carly, can you lower that pan just a little bit? Just maybe down to medium, just until I get caught up. Okay, so what we're going to do. Again, this is all rustic food. This is not, we're not at the Four Seasons, we're not at Lumiere. Right? This is pretty much exactly what it's supposed to be, which is just homemade cooking. So if you want them thinner, cut them thinner. If you've got a proper knife, use it. This is a steak knife. This is the last thing in the world that we should be using. And as you can tell, I'm really disappointed that I'm using it. That's actually a lie. I use this one all the time. That's garbage. Okay. Like I said, don't worry too much about the size of the onions. Okay, pan's on. What we're going to do, take some olive oil, put it into the warm pan. I'm going to say that's probably, I don't know, a couple tablespoons maybe. I'm going to add the oil from the anchovies, as much as we can. Carl, do you want to pass me the, what do you call it, the garlic and the onions? Okay, I'm going to drain a little bit of that. We're going to use it all. For all of those who think it's fatty, and you're right. Yep, pour. That pan wasn't hot enough. That's okay. That pan should have been just a little hotter. I would like it to have it sizzling before it started. So Daniel, you can come over here if you want to show. So you can hear it, it's getting there. So when you do this at home for yourself, what you're going to do is have that pan a little hotter than I did. I should have lowered it. I thought we were a little bit ahead, but I guess we weren't. Okay, all I'm going to do now is we're going to cut up the anchovies. Our family likes anchovies, so we will use it all. We will not waste any oil. So we'll put that. So all we're going to do is that. Okay? Nothing fancy. Again, just cutting out nice and neat. I'm going to give up on that too. Okay. Now we can lower this. That was my fault. Should have been, the pan should have been a little bit hotter to start with. So as you can see, right, we're done.
Yep. This cord isn't stretched that far.
That's, oh, okay. So just so you can see, the pieces are not uniform, they're not small, they're not large, they're everywhere. Okay? It doesn't matter. Right? All we're going to do is saute that lightly, get it going. Okay, we're going to add the anchovy. A little bits of oil is left. Okay. Carly's going to give that a stir. Another sip of wine. Okay. Then what we're going to take a look at, sun-dried tomatoes. Almost ready to go. These are chestnuts. Packages here. Right, so just plain Jane chestnuts, dandy pack. And there's a lot of brands out there. Okay, again with the trusty steak knife that every cook in the world is probably freaking out that I'm using right now. Or every chef in the world, but anyway. We're not a chef here, really. We're more like, actually, I guess we're more like a chef because we're inventing. That you can just lower to just above medium. Okay, so all we're doing is going to cut these up. Again, these are going to cook for a little bit, so it's not like it's any problem. Waiting for time.
5:50.
Okay, awesome. Okay, then we're going to do, these are going in, okay? So, chestnuts going, Carly keeps stirring. Okay, sun-dried tomatoes, they go in, Carly keeps stirring. What we're going to do now, I'm going to say sorry to Daniel, I walked in front of him and washed my hands because I can't open. So Dan, I don't know if you can see that pan.
Yeah, basically.
Or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of the brine from the olives. Just a little bit. That'll add just a little bit of zing to it. And then I'm going to take a good handful of olives. My hands are clean. Don't do this at home. Actually, don't do this at company's house. You can do this at home if you want. Nobody's gonna know. My kids won't eat these olives anyway, so. Okay, so all I'm going to do quickly. Da-da. And again with the steak knife that yes, every person in the world is going to be freaking about. But that's okay. All we want to show you is that basically you can get this sauce prepped literally in probably 10 minutes. And by the time the water's boiling, which I don't know what the water's at, but I can take a quick look. That's fine, Mark. Just check the water for me.
Not boiling.
No? That's okay. It'll get there. I like olives, so really it's one of these recipes that if you don't like olives, don't use them. If you don't like chestnuts or scared to use them, don't use them. If you like black olives, use black olives. Yeah, I mean the kids will tell you that the olives are actually kind of nice. And what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to probably use a little more olives because the brine is a little salty, which is nice. Okay, so I'm going to use a little more olives. I'm not going to do capers tonight, we're going to do this instead. Everybody into the pot, get happy together. Okay. Then what we're going to do, just using store-bought pesto. Doesn't matter what brand, you can use classical, you can use, I'll tell you the truth, I don't really care what you use. You can use anything you want. It really doesn't matter. I don't have much left, but it's just for a little bit of the basil and garlic flavor. Sorry, I'm probably right.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Dan.
It's alright.
Yeah, put a little bit of that in, that's it for that. Passata. All the people at work were asking what this is. This is what you get the tomatoes. It's just a pureed tomato, cooked right down. And in theory, easy to open. There you go. So, I'm not going to go crazy with it. Okay? Wasn't too much left in the jar, so I'm going to just rinse the jar. Lid back on, give it a shake.
There.
No, it's not.
No, it's close.
Okay. You know what? Okay, and then what we're going to do is add that. That's what's going to soup it up. Petit Syrah, doesn't matter, just a little bit of red wine. And Ricardo's going to stir that. And that, in a nutshell, is literally your sauce. There's nothing else to it. I'm going to use the rest of this passata. I'm trying to remember what the hell I did with the lid. So, that's what we're going to do. Put my hand on it. It's nice and clean. And the rest goes in. Okay? Low heat, and all we're going to do is simmer that down. Carl, do you want to bring the pan maybe closer to down? You gotta watch your time out.
9:40.
Okay. So you guys, basically that's it. What we're going to do is we're going to shut it off for a moment, show you what it looks like, come back in about 10 minutes. Okay? By then this pasta will be ready here. That's almost ready to be looked at, and we'll go from there. Thanks.